Hello and welcome. Welcome to lesson one. I'm excited to talk about Git, what GitHub does, and collaboration. At the end of this course, you're expected to know what Git is, what GitHub does, and how to use GitHub, and the benefits of collaboration. We all know the popular statements unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. We all know the story of the Tower of Babel. It's a typical example of the individual efforts come together, when there's collaboration between different individuals, great things can happen. So we're going to see how Git and GitHub helps us achieve collaboration. What is Git? Git is a distributed version control system for tracking changes in source codes and associated files during software development. It is designed for coordinating work among teams, mainly developers. It's a tool that manages version control. We all know we develop programs. If you're not developing programs, you write some documents that you revise over time. And if you're not very meticulous or careful, you lose your changes. You might want to revert back to an initial change that you currently feel is important to you, and you might have lost that file. But with Git, this will be very possible for you to revert back to an older version of your file. There are other version control softwares too, version control tools like Subversion, but we'll stick to Git because it offers all the features of version controls and even added features. What is version control? A component of software configuration management. Version control, also known as revision control or source control, is the management of changes to documents, computer programs, large websites, and other collections of information. Software configuration management, revision control, these are the terms. Source control, used in this definition to show that version control is all about managing changes to a document, computer programs, very large websites, and generally collections of information. What exactly is collaboration? It's simply its vocabulary, the action of working with someone to produce something. Git is the tool engineers or developers use or a team uses to achieve collaboration in their projects. We'll, by the end of this course, we'll see exactly how we can use Git to get this done. One important fact about collaboration is it's next to impossible to build robust software systems these days without collaboration. And having all your engineers work at the same time zone, at the same location, on the same file particularly, is a daunting task. So we need to come up with a way for engineers to work asynchronously, simultaneously on the same file without merge conflicts or issues. You can imagine working on the same Word document while another person is working on that same Word document, and both changes are safely added. Another example would be you have a team member in New York You have another team member in Lagos, Nigeria, two different time zones, working on the same file without merge conflicts, without any revision lost. You can revert back to old files, old configurations, old content. You can skip ahead. You can all the revisions for your application is safely stored and managed. As a technology Git uses in managing revisions, especially it uses some hashes and hash codes. And when we get in depth in using Git, we'll see all those things. What is GitHub? GitHub is a web-based hosting service for version control using Git. Like I said earlier, we have Subversion. So it's not just Git that is the tool used for managing source codes or synchronous edits on the file. It is mostly used for computer code. It offers all of the distributed version control and source code management functionality of Git as well as adding its own features. This is GitHub. And GitHub is free for open repositories. Repositories are where you store your files or your projects. In GitHub, we have both public and private repositories. The private repositories come with a fee, while the public repositories are free. But in Microsoft Azure, you both private and public repositories are free for a limited number of repositories. So now you have full understanding of what Git is. Let's take a look at GitHub. Open your browser, type www.github.com. Okay, so this is GitHub. This is where you can sign up for free, enter username, email, and password. Paid version, you can request a demo. These are the benefits of Git and GitHub. Helps you write better code, helps you to manage the chaos. Take a deep breath on GitHub. Project management happens in issues and project right alongside your code. All you have to do is mention a teammate to get them involved. Can find the right tools. Okay. You design integrations. This, for instance, you can integrate this in Slack. You can integrate Atom. You can integrate Microsoft Azure to include DevOps in your development practices. And you can install GitHub on your desktop, which is done here. So let's take a look at that. GitHub on the desktop. Okay, good. You download for the version of your machine, PC, Mac, and you install and run it locally. GitHub is your remote repository. After installing GitHub on your machine locally, you have a local repository stored on your machine. You also have a remote repository stored on GitHub. Okay, when we start our in-depth course on using GitHub, we'll do a practical example on that. So basically, this is an overview and an introduction to what GitHub is, and version control, collaboration, Git, to give you a rough idea. But primarily, this video is a demo video for an online mentorship program. So even if the information presented here are correct, it is primarily a demo video. Okay. Subsequently, if this information is required by anybody, I can do a detailed video on Git and GitHub. Okay, I hope this is clear enough. I'm looking forward to subsequent videos. Okay, thank you.